My name is Peggy Fuller, and my hero is Cary Cooper, who's my mom. My mother was born back in 1925 in Richmond, Virginia, and she led a charmed, wonderful, active, sporty life as a young woman. And when she met my dad after college, he was from Memphis, Tennessee, and they moved to Memphis. And she had first my brother, who was 2.5 years older, and then me. When I was 9 months old and my brother was about 3, my mother was diagnosed with polio. She was one of the last wave of polio victims in the United States before Salk came up with the vaccine. And so she spent 9 months in the hospital in Memphis, and they sent my brother to live with my grandmother in Richmond, and I lived with my other grandmother in Memphis. My mom got out of the hospital, and the day that my dad went to get her from the hospital, after 9 months with 2 little babies, they brought the wheelchair out for her, and they said, "Mrs. Cooper, now here's your wheelchair. You're going to be in it, and you need to learn to get around in it." And she said, "Get that thing out of my sight. I am not getting in it. If I get in it, I'll never get out," and I refused to do that. And so my mother went home with her 2 little toddler babies, taught herself to walk again, and led a wonderful, charmed life again until she died too young at the age of 58, 30 years ago. But what I want to tell you about my mother, and the reason that she's my hero, is that she became so important to so many of my friends through my life. We lived in Newport News, Virginia, and every time I go back to Virginia, I have countless friends who come up to me and say, "I loved your mom. She meant so much to me. She helped me through these crises that I had in my life." And it was because, you know, my mother, even though she could walk, she led a pretty, not homebound life, but she was home a lot. And she really stayed home, and everyone came to her. So all of my friends wanted to be at my house, and it was really because of my mother. She was a charismatic, great listener, a wonderful listener, and she would sit in this beautiful old rocking chair, and she would knit or do her needlework, and she would listen to my friends who poured out their troubles and their sorrows to her, things that they couldn't tell their own parents perhaps, but my mother listened, was non-judgmental, and loved them. And to me, that's the power of one. And when my mother died, I mean, certainly it left a great hole in my life, but I talk about her all the time because I want her to be real to my children. So she's my hero, Cary Cooper. God bless you.